with your live, but it don't show up on this end that I can
Change live on.
yeah. For some reason it don't show that it's live, but I want to make sure it is. Yes. Yeah. You sure your password ain't changed? It won't kick in.
Stop everything. Come back to it.
Nah.
That's awesome.
All we do is gotta come in the room. They can come on in now.
I'm live on the other.
Go ahead. Oh, you talking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, shit.
I'm just talking.
Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. I got it. We good.
Yeah. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Change Your Lives. Hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We got an awesome show tonight. We're talking about, are you where you want to be in life right now? Again, asking the question, are you where you want to be in life right now? I know this is a very touchy subject. A lot of times people will say something when they really don't have to say it, when they really want to mean it. When it comes time to actually talk about it, they don't want to back away from it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Make the gangster cry.
Always.
Again, tonight's show we're talking about, are you where you want to be at in life right now? Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother? It's Thursday.
Hey, man.
Here we are again.
Best day of the week.
We made another revolution.
Absolutely. I also want to say what's up to my other producer, Slick 316. What's up, Reek?
What's up, Rick?
Hey, y'all don't know, I just came downstairs. We had club, DJ Lab. We don't want from night,
sometimes.
night, friends. Man, I'm feeling the man was out here rocking, man.
Sometimes.
I about to say, damn the show.
Just to get you in the mood, get the flow going right.
Rocking down here.
Right?
Yeah, man. Again, it's Change Live, hosted by your truly Deonte Burden. Night show. We're asking, are you where you want to be at in life right now? We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter.
That's right.
The main hub is the YouTube channel. We have over 400 videos on the YouTube channel covering motivation, personal development, professional development, family, parenting, a lot of great information. But again, regardless of what platform that you're looking at us on right now, go to Change Your Life, hosted by your truly Deonte Burden. Subscribe to the channel. I'm also streaming on my other YouTube channel. It's the short all as well, because the subject matter, are you where you want to be in life? This short out here is a finance channel, but the subject matter, what we're talking about, kind of goes over in there because, a lot of times people from entrepreneurship, personal finance level, they are where they want to be. So I wanted to just stream from both of my YouTube channels today. So we actually probably on about 12 different platforms.
Oh, yeah. We on several platforms today.
Okay. I'm working on the ones or two.
Right.
But again, man, tonight we're talking about, are you where you want to be in life right now? And the reason why I want to have this, because we've talked about, the past year, probably about 2 or 3 years about the show, and that did pretty well. We asked this question, but I always just want to have these kind of conversations with people because a lot of times we'll be all over the place.
Right.
I mean, everybody be objective, when they look at their life goals, life objectives, be it short, long, realistic or unrealistic. We all have things we want to try to achieve.
That's right.
But sometimes it's easier to say it than to do it. It's funny, I just had a conversation with my youngest son, my baby boy Will. We and him was talking. And I was just sharing to him how the easiest thing to do in life is say you're gonna do something. Mm-hmm. Everybody gonna start their own business, everybody gonna leave their job, everybody gonna get married, everybody's gonna buy their house, get this car, go go to college, da 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 da.
Be rich.
Absolutely. But when we do that, we just throw arbitrary stuff out like that. That's the easiest thing. And when a person is called to task by themselves, no one else, or however, how you going to do it? It's great to give you a blueprint. That's when we got problems. Because the easiest thing for me to do is just get it off of me. Because when I get it off of me, I want to keep it as general as possible.
Right.
You know, that way I ain't got to have no kind of accountability.
But what we always talk about on shows, accountability, not knowing, always saying, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Like that matters.
Right.
Like that matters. But a lot of times people feel that because they'll say they didn't know, ignorance is a solution. But, you know, it's no excuse for ignorance.
Right.
And, you know, with life, it's real funny because we only have one. You're only going to have one September 1st, 2022. One time.
That's right. That's
one
right.
Time.
That's right.
And I don't believe a lot of times people want to maximize the opportunity they have in front of them. Now, here's the deal. We're going to get a disclaimer. I don't really feel like everybody got to be out there chasing trophies and want to be a millionaire, want to be an entrepreneur, want to have the jets and stuff. I always kind of look at it myself as being happy.
Okay.
Being content. And happy is what we call those great words. Happy doesn't mean just stuff that you have achieved. You can be cool with your kids doing well. You can be cool being a part of something that somebody else owns, but because you're a part of it, you feel pretty good. You know, you feel pretty good about it. That's right. It doesn't have to be something that's personally yours. But happy, whatever makes you feel good by getting out of bed in the morning.
Okay.
You going to life, you doing what's doing that? Because a lot of times, man, I think people can love their family and love their situation, but they ain't happy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Ooh, you cutting me deep. You cutting me deep. Okay, go ahead.
Because I remember, man, just being transparent with myself. I remember when I was married, I loved my ex-wife. I wasn't happy. I was like that for a long time.
Right.
And you ask her, she probably say, I wasn't happy with your ass.
Right.
Shout out to Crystal.
Right.
She probably give that. I want to get the hell away from you too. But both of us were down, Oscar the Grouch, and both of us in our damn cans. So but again, I can sit there and say I love my family. I love taking care of my family. I love seeing my family doing well. But I was down, I wasn't happy.
Right.
I definitely wasn't.
I've been there.
Well, and the thing of it is that when you get in them ruts, where you just say you're in a marriage, relationship, job, where you're living at or whatever, it's sometimes we get in them ruts or we get kind of comfortable. Get kind of comfortable or we get very terrified or whatever the reason.
Yeah.
And we don't take the initiative or whatever step it is to get out of it. So you say, what don't you do? Why don't you leave? Why don't you do this? How the hell y'all that easy?
Right.
People, I don't think no one, got to be sensitive to the rule. No one is miserable on purpose.
Oh, you know what? You touching on so many subjects today. I've been reading a book. I know I'm always talking about a book I'm reading, but I've been reading a book called The Courage to Be Disliked. And in the book, the guy says, most of the time our circumstances is because we choose it. We don't have the courage to be disliked or the courage to do what we need to do, like you just said, to move forward, to get out of this, which we're comfortable. We're comfortable with being comfortable, which leads us to be unhappy or, whatever the case may be, stressed or depressed about our situation because we're comfortable with being comfortable. Yeah. So we don't want to be disliked. We don't want to leave the situation and hurt somebody or upset somebody or whatever. Whatever we need to do to make ourselves feel, we feel we need to make ourselves happy. We don't want to be disliked. So we stay in that rut and stay where we are because not just for us, but for the people that we claim to care and love. You get what I'm saying? Absolutely.
I mean, I just know it even with myself just being in leadership. I've never had a problem being that asshole. I ain't never had no problem, changing, firing,
Right.
doing that. I had no problem with it because at the end of the day, I always felt, not from a negative standpoint, I always said two things. As long as I be consistent and I'm being fair, I had no problem with it. They could be a business, they could be my children, it didn't matter.
I think with that part, I think there's a different separation between work and family, with work and loved ones. I think because when you at work like me, I'm a total butthole when I was a manager. I didn't care about firing like you. I didn't care as long as whatever I need to do to make sure the job is done properly, to make sure that my career path that I'm on is done correctly, and make sure that I'm elevating myself and the current career path that I'm on. Firing somebody, hiring somebody, moving somebody, that was no problem. But that's because I had no emotional attachment to that part. But when you come home, you're looking at this person, I'm in love with this person. I need to make sure that this what we're doing works, and make sure that this what we're doing, moves forward, and we elevate each other. That's a different, to me. Now you tell me what you think. To me, that's a separation. It's going to be easier to do something at work than it would be to do at home.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean like no. I agree with you, Leia. It is a separation, the difference. Now, flip side of it is some folks might like work better than home. So
But you get unhappy.
But going to the point I was just looking at it was, see, change is uncomfortable. Change it's also frightening. It's also maybe unknown. We don't know the result going to be. So even you sit there and say, well, look, I'm finna get rid of his ass. I'm get rid of her ass. I'm gonna move. Man, I gotta put my son out. He ain't doing that, this, that, and that, and everything. You have what you have a bad problem with a simple solution, but the task is very uncomfortable to do.
Right.
You don't want to put your kid out because they ain't doing right, but you worry about being stressed out here, with what they gonna do when they leave.
Right. Where they gonna go?
If you want to go through a divorce or something like that, well, are they gonna take my money? Are they gonna take my kids? Am I gonna lose everything? Do I start over? I've been in this situation, even though it's miserable, 20, 30 years and stuff, and now that's gonna change. Can I, get back into it? I tell you this, like even myself, man, like, man, shoot, you gotta get back out there, dating scene and all that kind of stuff. Everybody know I'm crazy about my damn money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Take my damn money.
Right.
But all that kind of stuff weigh on you and stuff. And it comes to some point where the negative thing that you're dealing with, if that don't outweigh your fear continue going into it. My fear of continuing to live like that got greater than my fear of losing my money, losing this, that, and that. You said what losing my children. But that was the thing with that. And so I can understand when people are in situations that are unfavorable for them. They won't leave that job, they won't do this, that, and that. I've heard guys, well, I can't leave my damn job. Then I got to take care of the mortgage, da. You're not like, shit, you go somewhere else.
Right.
You need to get another mortgage, and everything. But that's one of the quick responses to, get out of the subject. I'm stuck like this. And when we find ourselves stuck in something, that's when we gonna have a lot of problems. And that's when without you knowing, that's when you got health issues, you're dying early, and all other kind of stuff just come up, because you ain't happy.
Right.
And to get to that point, I think where you are happy and cool with everything, you gotta go through some stuff.
That's true.
Go through some stuff. And depending on where you're at in life, the younger we are, we might be a little more responsive because we're naive and plus we ain't got a damn thing.
Right. We feel like we got infinite summers.
Exactly. You start getting north of 40, you sit there like, man, I can't do this, I can't do that. And honestly, it's not really like that. It's not really like that. I would always admire, when I was in grad school, I seen some people in there over 50 in grad school, like, damn, like, hey.
Right.
One part you say, like, man, are you too old to be in school? Or how far along? The other side, you looking at like, damn, they taking ownership, like, look, I just ain't happy what the hell I'm doing. Let's go change.
Right.
They ain't looking at dying tomorrow.
Right.
So, hell, let's go and make a change. But a lot of times people don't want to address that.
Yeah.
We start looking at it again, we say, Are you happy where you are? Again, it was a nice subject. Are you happy where you are in life right now? And you start asking yourself that, you got to be honest with a few things in regards to, what are you doing to keep it that way? What are you doing to change it and stuff? And a lot of times we really don't want to address that. A lot of times you go to pill function. Let's say your high school class reunion. You see everybody. You see such and such. They looking fine.
Ain't changed a bit. You ain't aged at all.
Yeah. You like, turn around, girl.
Wow.
You got such and such, boy, look like they've been in damn World War III. Well, what the hell you been doing?
Right.
You ain't slept since graduation.
Slept.
All your teeth gone and shit. What
right.
the hell? He didn't smoke crack, he smoked whack. What the hell? But but in all seriousness, everyone's on different ways and paths. And a lot of times people size other folks up, and they got this, they got that. Social media gets you like that all the time.
Every day.
And everybody posting what they have. There's nothing wrong with sharing your happiness or your successes. We're doing it. But a lot of times other people see that and everything, like, well, such a good it is nice. Man, I'm tell you something. I just come home sometimes here, that damn break room gossip.
Right.
I hear my coworker say their husband did this.
Right.
I see my coworker say their husband did that. Well, that's, what I'm saying?
I had the same issue.
Hey.
Such got a Tiffany bracelet. I want one of gold. I'm like, huh? You got, for one, you ain't working. Let's start there and work our way back.
What the thing of there, we always, if you're looking, I don't give a damn what it is in life, you're always going to find something better. If you look.
Right. It's always going to be something better.
Finer, sweeter,
richer. Right.
Juicier, all of that. If you looking.
Right. So,
if you're going to have that energy of always what you don't have and focus on what you do have, your mind going to always be dwelling on that. I don't think a lot of times people be appreciative of what they have sometimes as opposed to what they could get and everything. I ain't tell you that be sitting there crap to be upset.
Right.
But sometimes if you look at your surroundings, and you probably be more content than you would be just by listening to what everybody else has. So a lot of times when people see certain things, what people doing, that's going to trigger a lot of stuff. So we start talking about, are you happy where you are in life right now? One of the first things I always kind of look at is, you want to kind of look at, probably the factual stuff, the actual things that are about you. We look at it, your family situation, you got kids, your income, how much you make, good and bad and stuff like that.
Right.
So I had to say something.
No, not yet.
Those kind of things. Everything you pretty much look at on the fact sheet. Where you stand and things like that, and you can assess where you are, and you can look at, okay, look, is this doable? Is my cause, whatever? We're doing it because I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. And, a brother short.
Right.
And she just saying like that didn't make sense. She said, I can't understand why nobody would like a short guy. I ain't got nothing to do with it. We talking.
Right.
And I said, I don't see a problem. I don't think there's a problem with nobody liking short men because everybody got preference.
Right.
And I said, because if a woman want a tall guy, that's fine.
That's what they want.
If a man want a tall woman, thick woman, pretty, whatever, everybody got preference. See, two things come in with life. We got preference and we got what? Attainability. Okay?
Right.
Because you can want all you damn.
Right.
All you want.
Right.
But if you can't attain it,
right,
she don't make no difference.
Nobody calculates that. Nobody calculates the attain. We all think we can attain some. You know that. Until the attainable shoot you down, then it's she acting funny or he acting funny, but nobody puts that in the equation.
No. I mean, being realistic. You sitting there wanting to be with a certain thing or be in a certain situation. But that's just with everything, man. That's with jobs, opportunities, and things like that. We have preferences, what we would prefer to have.
Right.
But attainability, that's that's the main dictator. And people don't want to sit there and look at themselves like, yeah, you want this pretty woman, but bro, you're ugly. She ain't smooth.
You ain't right. You can be ugly, may have small.
Yeah.
You know how money makes ugly go away, right?
Yeah. If you had a little game, you might can finesse a little bit.
Right.
Man, you ain't got none of that.
You don't even dress nice.
I done seen some of these guys have some podcast shows and they be going ham on these women. Yeah, this, that, and that. Bro, your problem. You like, yeah, I got this and I got that, but you gotta rub them eyes, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's smooth,
you gotta rub.
I know you just hearing this shit. People, some of the ladies like, hey, ma'am, come on now. Hey,
right.
I don't give a damn how much money you got.
Well, you know what the ladies, it ain't even about the money. It's what between the, we ain't gonna get on that, but you know what that's about.
Man, look at them.
They think now they got that, everything's attainable.
Man, I've seen some of these women that look like wig on a broomstick.
Right, like they chewing on bricks.
Oh, damn, what the hell they got? They still make that. They can be making $200,000-$300,000. They still, sister, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna damn work. But again, that attainability is a thing I don't think a lot of people want, because you want to feel confident that you can have what you can have, so you can do what you want to do. Well, that ain't realistic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when we start looking at what we had in life, there's the whole scope of it. So many times, people feel like they kind of stuck in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to folks all the time, they have a conversation like, man, I just want to do this, I want to do that. You be sitting there like, hey man, you saying shit you want to do, man. Do you really sit here and think about, because I ain't want to sit and tell you what you can't do.
Right.
But I be sitting there like, outside you being down David Copperfield, I don't know how the hell you gonna make it happen.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to go buy this, I want to buy this. Like, income fix, this guy, that situation. I'm saying you can't ever get to a point where you can make an adjustment, an improvement, but are you actually on that track where you can be doing that?
And I'm sorry if I get your name wrong. Mikhail Pitchford said you have to be the person you want to be with. You can't be chasing somebody and you ain't working out and they work out and all that. You have to be the person you want to be with.
Yeah, you gotta have the want.
Right.
Yeah, they got what the want is. You want them and they gotta want you. Can't be you just wanted them.
Now I know some people who just had game, didn't have to work, and he always had to find his women. I mean, my uncle, even though he was tall, his game was on point. Like, I ain't never seen him, you know what I'm saying, like struggling to get a woman. He just had it.
Well, to that point, let's go with the attainability.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, you ain't gotta be the richest. You ain't gotta be the best looking, whatever. Like you say, you smooth talk, whatever. The attainability is however you can get them with whatever you have.
Right.
Your money, your looks, your conversation, whatever it is. But that's the thing about it. And at the end of the day, how do we know if we can attain it? If you ain't been down getting it, you can't get it.
If you've been working on your game for 20 years, ain't nothing changed. You probably can't get it.
Hey, girl, come here. I say it right now. Come here, girl. I'm just
like
saying,
you read the script.
If the damn thing ain't been happening, you probably can't do it. So, I didn't mean attainability different, appearance. More so like, what you can, what you can and can't, however it is and stuff. But a lot of times, people will throw out all kind of stuff. And I was sitting there looking like, I hear people saying, well, I should get this, I should get that. And I was like, okay. And I used to always listen to my grandfather, old school, brutal honesty, that kind of stuff.
My grandfather the same way.
Yeah. And don't give a damn about your feelings. And a lot of times people will sit there and look at it. And they ain't really looking at certain things, man. They look at what they have, what they bring to the table. And what they don't understand, everybody is not interested in your table.
Well, not only that, what you have may not be what that person requires. I'm giving you a good job, like an employment. Everybody wants to be the CEO or president of a company making, hundreds and millions of dollars a year. I mean, you may be working the fries at McDonald's and feel like I need to be running this McDonald's. But what have you done to attain that? I mean, do you have a degree? Food preparation? I mean, what have you done besides working on the fry for 2 years to become the manager of McDonald's? You get what I'm saying? So you may want it, you may think you deserve it, but their requirements require you to do A, B, and C. And you have, like you said before, one job, you haven't even done A yet. You just been here for a long time.
And shit, you can have A to Z and they still don't damn want you.
Right.
They might still, you have all the qualifications.
Right.
And they still just say, no, I don't like you. I don't
Right.
like how you walk in here. So
Right.
you can't control it.
Right.
Oh, I would say all the time, they control.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people don't want to sit there and assess where they are, what they have, and then like, oh, let me move from here.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing about, happiness is that you got so much of it based off perception.
Mm-hmm.
How you think sometimes people may perceive how they are feeling. You know what I'm saying? They may like, okay. Well, the folks, they might like, damn, man, they doing good, man. I see them doing well. Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of folks thought I was in this, happy marriage.
Right.
Probably thought we were, Clarence Cliff. You know what I mean?
Huxtable in
Yeah, we
that.
had a little Huxtable look.
Right.
I get the hell up out that house.
Right.
But and people can see that. We didn't have no domestic violence and nothing like that. It just, people sometimes not necessarily understand that, you just ain't happy. And they can sit there and look at it like, well, they doing well. They got a new car. They got a nice house. Everything's fine. You're mentally doing well. Both of you guys are secure. They don't know if you're on pins and needles every day.
And one thing I think will discuss towards the end is, or closer, is the fact that a lot of people don't even know what makes them happy. They say they're not happy or they need A, B, and C, but a lot of people really don't, know what it is that will make them happy. I'm one of those people. When I got divorced, I had to actually sit back and assess and say, okay, who am I? Because my life was always built around my children and my wife. You get what I'm saying? Making sure they was happy. I felt like if they were happy, I gotta be happy. If they good, I gotta be good. You get what I'm saying? So, and once all that stuff, once your kids get older, then they 20, 25, 30 years, start not being around the house as much, then you sitting there with sourpuss. And then you got to figure out, well, what makes me happy? What do I like to do? What TV shows do I want to watch? What makes my, world turn? Those are things a lot of people don't know. Even me today, after I've been divorced for a while, I still don't know sometimes what makes me happy. What makes me happy? Is this or that? Yeah. But I know that me at my age, my summers are limited. And Steve Jobs said something in a speech one time. He said, when you realize that your time is limited, that death is imminent, that we all have to go through it, it makes you want to make sure that whatever you do in your life makes you happy. He said nothing, and I'm not going to quote it word for word. You go on YouTube and watch it. It was a Stanford speech. Nothing wakes up your eyes more than the fact that your time is limited. And once people realize that, then people will make sure that they do whatever it takes to make them happy. You have to disregard everybody else's happiness for your happiness. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And we don't do that. A lot of us don't do that, especially if we're married and got family and children, men and women. We don't necessarily do that. We don't assess that. We always feel that as long as our family's good, we should be good.
Yeah, and it's not difficult at all to lose yourself. Trying to, appease everybody else, make them happy. Because I don't think there's nothing wrong with seeing your family happy, children, spouse having successes and stuff, and you get a feeling from it. Mm-hmm. But what happens is a lot of times you really do forget the feeling of your happiness. Mm-hmm. See, when you happy, seeing your people or seeing somebody else do well is one thing. It's a good feeling. Mm-hmm. But when you have a happiness for yourself, and that shit is a different damn feeling. Right. It's a different feeling. And it sounds kind of odd, but once you experience it, like, damn, man, I ain't got to worry about BS and I'm cool. It feels different. And I had to, get back to learning that feeling. And a lot of times, when we tie in the feelings of others to how we should feel, that's one quick way we lose stuff.
Yeah, you're definitely correct.
Lose stuff in regards to, how we should feel and be happy about ourselves,
I think that a lot of times we need to realize that the way we feel about people and the way we feel about their happiness is not necessarily the way that they feel about us and our happiness. We always expect out of people what we give, and that's not necessarily the case. And it's nobody's fault. It's it's just how we are as people. We always expect to be given what we give, and nothing woke my eyes up more than the fact that that's not the case. Now, before I'm always worried about how somebody felt and what they felt about me and how made them feel. Now I don't care. I don't care. It's I come first.
Yeah.
Long as I come first and I know that I'm doing what I need to do for me. However you feel about it is not my concern, because I know for a fact that that person is not gonna. Nobody is able to give you the kind of love that you give. It's just not possible. It's just not. Everybody's different, So everybody loves in the way that they love, and they accept you in the way that they accept you. So you have to take it what they say for face value.
Absolutely.
Right.
But you, to that point though, like I think sometimes you have to go through some kind of damn trauma to realize that.
Mm-hmm.
So like man, look, now I did all this MF stuff, and I can't believe this is how things are going.
Right.
I definitely went through that.
Mm-hmm.
I went through all that stuff, sacrifice for other people, and then you get to a point like, hell, these folks ain't appreciative and all this other kind of stuff. Go through all those thought processes. You like, the hell with this.
Mm-hmm.
The hell with this, man. And if you ever notice, you see that older couple. I see them on internet all the time. We've been married 50 years.
Right.
Key to happiness. One thing that sticks with me, one person talking, and I might make a comment, but the thing of it is, when you're talking and saying the key to y'all happiness, you never know what the hell going that person
Right.
is.
Right.
Because they're not saying it, you don't know. And that's the key thing when you're dealing with anybody. Like you can feel one thing, you can believe in a certain thing, but you never know what's in somebody else's head.
Mm-hmm.
You never know that.
That's true.
And nobody know what the hell is in your damn head.
That's true.
And a lot of times people can't really just piece that damn part together.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you do so much stuff for other people, and you genuinely make you feel good.
Right.
But at the end of the day, to your point, like I would want similar to that, or just at minimum appreciation.
Right.
The way to get there.
And to be honest with you, now let me ask you a question. Do you think that's our fault for expecting it? Or do you think it's their fault for not giving it? Should we expect that out of somebody? Or,
Nah, because it's our fault for expecting it.
Right.
And the reason why I say this is because to the other part you said, well, people should show it. How somebody shows it is how they show it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't necessarily thank you, see your thank you card, give you a hug, just tell, you have to be appreciated. Everybody got different ways.
Right.
Some folks might appreciate it.
Right.
Now how to keep it moving. So your expectations, it'll be your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I think if I help somebody, they should help me? I don't do it for that. But do I think that they should probably act like I didn't do nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think I'm damn wrong for that.
Right.
But everybody different.
Right.
Everybody different.
And that's one of them things I had to learn once my bubble got burst when I got divorced. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn that once you married, you in this bubble. You're not really worried about the outside world. You're not reaching out the bubble to grab somebody. But once you get out that bubble and they burst, especially with me being married so young, being in college, focusing on my children so early in age, my bubble was, I was in a bubble. I didn't have to worry about anybody outside this bubble because I got my 3 children and my wife. This is the only team and circumference I need. This is my world. This is all I need to worry about. Mm-hmm. But once that world crumbled and that bubble bust, I had to realize that people are just, and I don't want to mess up the YouTube. People ain't crap. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, and I'm not saying everybody, but in general, they're not gonna treat you the way that you treat them. They don't think the same way that you think, and you won't want them to. But at the least, you say to yourself, "Well, dang, I'm doing this like this. I would think that they would try to make sure that they did this like this." And that's not necessarily the case. And that is my fault as a grown man coming out of divorce, in my 40s, getting divorced after being married for 25 years. That's my fault. Because I should have known better that things outside that bubble was going to be different. but I didn't.
Well, let me say this. There's some commonalities and customs you do think people do. You know, I speak, you speak. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You wave, I wave. You know, certain things like, hey, if I'm polite to you, you polite to me and stuff like that. Does that mean another person gonna do it? No. But damn, you know, don't be ass if I'm nice to you, supposed to you, whatever. You ain't gotta speak, you know, but you didn't, cool. I do think that if a person does things for you, at least you should acknowledge that they've done something for you. It ain't got to be that verbal,
Right.
Be outgoing, but that the whole that was on you, that was your decision, BS. That stuff I went through. Because what happens is when you do people like that, shit you ain't gonna be doing no more.
Right.
And I think, you know, to be honest with you, the reason why I am in a situation where I can get a lot of people to do favors for me and do stuff, and man, my son need this, or hey, or just even on the strength of, man, my boy Lab need this, and if I call somebody because my name is good, people do something. Cat don't have to know Lab, but hey, Poochie
said, right.
No Poochie solid.
Right.
They'll do something for you. And I don't think a lot of times people look at reputation.
Nah.
People don't look at reputation.
Well, I'm gonna agree to disagree. I think people always think that their reputation is solid. Because nobody looks in the mirror at themselves. Nobody looks at the reflection in their mirror. Everybody thinks that they are great. And that's just 100%. Nobody sets out in the morning to be a terrible person. Everybody thinks that they are the greatest person ever, even myself. But they don't look at themselves in the mirror. So, and I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. What were we talking about?
You talking about
I'm sorry. That's that 52 that kicked in.
Now we're talking about Florida. Everybody's not big saying okay, they're not so stuck on thinking their reputation is
right. Reputation. I'm sorry. Everybody don't look at their reputation. Nobody looks in the mirror at their reputation. Everybody thinks their reputation solid. I'm gonna go on a limb and say everybody thinks their reputation solid. Yeah, man, come on. We are self-serving people. We are self-serving creatures. We always think that what we're doing is the best. We always think that it's not us. Well, it's got to be you.
Let me ask you a question. With that thought, I feel like, I don't know if everybody thinks their reputation, but I just think that people just don't do a lot of thought into their reputation.
Self-assessment.
Yeah, well, just how they don't give a damn about how other people see them.
But that's still reputation, though.
No. They don't care about it. And the reason why I say that is people felt they had a solid reputation. Most people did. Most people, I think a lot of times people want to be asked other people to speak for them or do stuff. Because you felt you were that thorough, that solid. Hey, you need me to say something for them.
Well,
and the vast majority of people don't speak for themselves.
Well, I think on the caveat on that part is more of it may be a case of, and I'm gonna say 90% of the cases is because you know that person. Put in a good word for me. You already have that relationship with that person. Of course, it's self-serving to me for you to put in a good word for me because you already know him. I'm going to feed off your reputation and use you with your reputation to get what I need from them. So I'm going to tell you to put in a good word for me because you already know them. They know your reputation is solid. So they're going to go ahead and talk to me because of you. I already know that.
That's fair.
So a lot of times we are self-serving. Yeah, I don't need you to talk for me, but I'm going to use you to talk to me because you can get to them quicker.
Hey, that's a fair point.
Okay.
I just wonder. I don't know, Lab. I don't know about it. That's a fair point, but I don't know if everybody feels like, okay, hey, they got, they're solid. I think some people know, hey, man, I'm effed up. I ain't got nothing.
Right.
Hey, we done did a whole show on burning bridges.
Right.
Let's go ahead and know they got some screw-ass reputation. I mean, like, hey, man, and they going, like, shit, man, like I said, we talked a whole hour and a half about burning bridges.
Right.
So let's go ahead and know they name ain't nothing.
But on the other flip side of that, they may have burned bridges of see, this is where human behavior comes in. They may have burnt bridges because they thought you did them wrong. And they don't need to cross that bridge no more because you don't have a solid reputation. I may have burnt the bridge with you, and I may have done it in a way that you don't think is great, but it's because you did something to me. So I don't need to cross that bridge and come back and talk to you again because I already know what type of person you are. And you may be sitting on the other side of the burnt bridge going, he got burnt the bridge with me. That's terrible. He did that all the wrong way. He may need to come back to me.
But that's what we talking about. We talking about, burn the damn bridge, your ass need to cross back. Man, hey, look, man.
Everybody don't think they know. Well, if I burn the bridge, it's because I don't think I'm gonna need to cross back. Forget the future and what may happen. Most of us, when we burn the bridge, because we need to cross that bridge. Never mind the fact that we trying to later on, 2 or 3 years later, after the bridge has been burnt and crumbled, we trying to put it back together and going, hey, how you been? You know what I'm saying? We trying to build that connection again because we need to cross that bridge back. We don't think about that. Nobody thinks about the future and what we're going to need in the future. Right now, I don't need this bridge. So I think my reputation is solid because I don't need this bridge. I don't need you. Think about when people get money. They get a whole bunch of money. All of a sudden, they start burning bridges left and right because I don't need you. I got money now. But when they go broke, they got to cross them bridges again that they didn't burn talking crap to folks because they didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because they had money at the time, so they didn't need them. They ain't need to talk to them. They need to do nothing with them.
Everybody was genius when the PPP loans were coming out.
Right.
Everybody this, that, and that. They were starting all kind of damn business.
Everybody had money. They ain't need to be friends with nobody else when the PPP loans coming in. But now they call you, ask you, you know a good lawyer?
you know, I don't want nobody to go through no damn turmoil, but I will say this. That false confidence, and usually with that was a, going to the subject we talk about it now, are you happy where you are in life right now? That was one incident where you see my disaster money coming in because people were able to get and acquire things. Mm-hmm. They had a whole newfound happiness. Mm-hmm. Because it seemed like they had opportunities that they did have before to get certain cars, start certain businesses, and do certain things. Mm-hmm. I did a video the other night. They didn't get, I think they got a decent amount on different platforms about it in regards to so many times people, you got all these videos on the internet, they'll tell people to, get you do things in your business, you get a business, you write all this stuff off, and you can have a lunch or do all this writing stuff off, and I did the video like, look, it's coming from accounting. Get your ass audited.
That's right.
Write every damn thing off. You gonna write all this damn stuff off, but what business can afford to write all this stuff off, but you don't have no damn money coming in to pay for it? Like, just from a common sense standpoint,
right.
I'm spending $30,000 in this business, but I ain't make any money coming in.
There's no income.
So where the hell the money come from?
Right.
That's the kind of thing.
Your income, the expense ratio is way off.
You turn around, you sitting there looking like, you get the letter from the IRS. Well, can I write this off? Yeah, you can write it off. Well, how the hell you pay for it?
Nobody thinks about that part. That's what I was telling you. The human behavior is something else. Nobody thinks about that part.
Well, people might just sometimes when you have the opportunity in front of you, it don't matter. Mm-hmm. I just want to go and do this and stuff. I'm doing the hell I want to do. I don't care if it's right or wrong. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A lot of times people get off from that. When you ask yourself that question, am I happy where I'm at in life right now? What does it take? It take how another person sees you. See what you have. How your receive all the people. Mm-hmm. The feeling of things that you own. Because we know things can come and go. Looks fade and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, you got to make sure you're in a spot when those things that do come and go and those things that do fade, are you content where you're at? Mm-hmm. You see them old guys used to be entertainers or rappers back in the day.
Right.
Everything is still there in 1993.
I used to be.
I see a brother.
Time's up, bro.
I see the brother at the light. Boy, he was in a box Chevy on 24.
Right.
I think he could be like a 20-something year beard.
He don't realize time to move forward.
He done in a damn time warp.
Right.
Hey, I mean, got the 24, the woofers in the back. Yeah, he got locked up in 94, 95.
He had the Freaknik 95.
Yeah. Got his cross colors on and shit. Oh, fella.
Oh my God.
Oh, fella. Rocking that gazelle. What the hell, man? Did him 20 years.
Right.
War.
Trying to go back the way how he had it before he went in.
Hey, man. I know y'all done seen that shit before.
Right.
But, those are the things when we start talking about you have where you are in life right now. What really do you desire? Do you want to be rich? Do you want to be independent? Travel the world? You want to retire early? Because those are the kind of things that people are constantly seeking.
Mm-hmm.
How to become financially independent. How to make this, how to build wealth, how to leave this legacy for my family and all this other kind of stuff. People have these desires because they want to do that. And you see the videos folks getting on the jet and all that kind of stuff and everything. And it's like, people want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
How many of us that went on them vacations? Did it up. Everybody see, okay, they're down in Puerto Rico. They're doing it.
Right.
They get home.
And the lights off.
Ain't nothing on. Lights, everything.
Everything off. Worry about that when we get back.
Yeah. You tell your old lady, call her baby daddy, man, see you need some money. You said, don't spend that over there just for the night.
Oh,
we need some light. I know what I said, but take on that tonight.
right.
You gotta stay over there.
Yeah, I know y'all still got a connection.
Yeah, there you go. What was that movie?
And these proposed.
Not Indecent Proposal. Patricia Mafia won the Oscar.
Oh, you talking about yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot the name. Hustle and Flow.
Hustle and Flow.
Yeah. Oh girl, he needed that microphone.
Right.
Oh, shout. No. We need this
Microphone. Right.
We need this microphone.
Tell you what God gave.
They every jam.
Well, let me ask you a question about being, are we where we want to be in life right now? Do you think that a lot of times when on our journey to getting to where we want to be, we could be our own worst enemy? Like we could do things, how do I put it? We can do things in a way that makes us not be where we want to be because we expect people to do things for us. You know what I'm saying? We expect people because of who we are, or what we've been doing, or who we've been, or whatever the case may be. We expect that this is me. I don't need to be worried about that because I'm such and such, and they need to make sure I'm good. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't put in the effort in it because we think all the effort should be done by somebody else and given to us.
Yeah, but I think the determining factor in regards to if somebody's gonna be happy or where they want to be at, or where they want to be at in life, is the individual. Mm-hmm. So that being when you say, you're a lot of times people that worst enemy, they're gonna be that determining factor. If they like it, they're gonna have expectations, a certain amount of effort, or whatever. Because like I said, I had that conversation with Will today. Everybody said, I want to do this, I want to do that. He's sitting there telling me, Dad, I want to have my own business. Like, you telling me that and you doing that are two whole different things.
Right.
Because so many people want to do stuff, but all a few people gonna do it.
Right.
That's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. People are piecemeal this, piecemeal that. Even if they stick their toe out there in the water and say, okay, I'm in there a little bit, but I ain't gonna go all the way in. And it ain't right or wrong, but a lot of times we create barriers for ourselves that don't have to be there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day,
be it mental or physical.
Hey, mental, physical. I mean, you sit there and look at it. There was so many times I think I should have did some things and like just being reluctant or scared, never making a move. Now, I ain't gonna say it was always a bad thing, but a lot of times we create those certain barriers on that. And depending on who you talk with, I talk about this all the time, man. We share your dreams with.
Right.
People scare the shit out of you and talk you out of stuff.
This is true.
And you'll have a plan. You have everything ready to go to make the move, but because you talk to the wrong damn person, they done sat there and talked you out of it. You sitting there looking like, and then a couple years later, man, I should have did that.
Right.
I should have did that. You talk to the wrong person. 'Cause a lot of times we don't talk to the right person because the right person gonna tell us
The truth.
the truth.
We want to hear what great
Yeah.
stuff.
Man, come on now. Come on. You know, you sit there and because you didn't do those particular things because you didn't want to do something uncomfortable or frightening stuff, that's what happened. But to your point, we're doing it. I don't know if you can look at being worse enemy, you can be a detriment or whatever, and you can be you hold yourself up, or you got somebody with you that's holding you up, or you know, like you say, you have certain expectations that folks gonna do stuff. Anybody gonna give a shit about you like you? And you got a lot of times.
Now you saying something right there, bro.
But a lot of times, you know, and you do have people that care about you, love you, and back you up. But a lot of times they doing that because they getting tired of carrying your ass.
Or it's beneficial to them.
Yeah, beneficial to them, tired of carrying you. And that benefit could be, no shit, little man, you want to get your ass about my house.
Right.
I'm trying to take care of your own, but
right.
you know, we're doing that, man. So, you know, whatever they motive is and stuff like that, you know, you can tend to have one, but you are the main denominator, the common denominator when we start talking about doing the things to get you to a point where you're gonna be happy. Because I if you ask me to do a people poll and ask people, are you happy where you are in your life right now? I think people say they're happy, but they want to do other things in life. But then you take it another step. So what are you doing?
That makes you so happy
to become.
Well,
I think more happy, or to be able to achieve the things you said, where you don't see a stuttering joke.
Even if they say they're happy, ask them. If you take a people poll, ask them, well, what are you doing to make you so happy now? See, that question right there, I mean, we can always ask them what they're going to do in the future to make sure they're happier. But if they're saying that they're happy now, well, shoot. Give me the form. What you doing right now that makes you so happy?
Check this out, lad. This is probably one of this is a good aspect. People get sustaining confused with happy. Because I'm able to cover myself and I'm able to stay alive. I'm able to get up every morning, go to work, do this, that, and that, and I'm able to survive. I'm able to sustain. They get that confused with happy. And that gets shifted. Plain clothes. Man, we just put out the Wellstar used to go with
Georgia Baptist.
Georgia Baptist.
That's what everybody. That's what Rika told me. It was Georgia Baptist.
Yeah. And you sit there looking at all people right now whose lives are going to be shifted because of that. I'm pretty sure they're going through the whole. Maybe try to reroute people to other places and stuff like that. But hell, everybody ain't gonna be able to do that. So you got your life revolved around something, and all of a sudden it changes. Shit, now you know.
Right.
It is gone. Should you have something that's tangible that you can't control, determine the happiness in your life? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So what we were just talking about earlier. Things come and go. You know, control your controllable. Your job.
Like, even your job really not controllable though. You really can't control.
No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about things that can come and go. That you have control of.
Okay.
Those things like that, they come and go. Your job, your significant other, those things like that. It can be even with your business. That was something with me where the salon had closed down there, and I was like, what the hell? And I'm just sitting there, getting fat, counting money, and all of a sudden everything shifting and changing. And so many times people get those kind of things confused with happiness. Or we got so many jobs lost. Absolutely.
But I don't now on the Wellstar part. I don't think so. I think that they have such a shortage of medical personnel that they're just gonna, from what I heard, they're going to absolve them into other areas.
Yeah, but to that point,
right?
Shit. If I'm coming from down Griffin, I'm coming from something like that, and I go downtown, that mean I want to go work at Gwinnett.
Right.
I'm just saying, like,
I get what you're saying.
And I can see that's the thought process with shifting somewhere else.
Right.
But somewhere else may not be conducive to the person.
Right.
You know, and I think that's going to happen a lot. You know how people go to certain places to try to maintain for a while. You know, that stuff get old.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and again, like you start looking at it, though, you control a lot of stuff. Like you gonna turn it. That really come on how your outlook on it, what you're gonna make on it. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be in a position where you are happy, you got to be realistic of a couple things. I'm wondering, can you even make what's your vision of happiness? Can you make it a reality?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We start going there. You believe you can achieve?
Nah.
That's that Atlanta Public School said. You believe you can achieve?
Right.
You gotta say, okay, this is a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have the capacity to well? Now I know we all can just feel like we that dude or we that girl or we can do this boss. You know what I'm saying? All this kind of stuff. But you know, at the end of the day, you gotta be realistic.
Right.
From a talent capacity, intellect capacity, a financial capacity, a time capacity, family capacity.
Mm-hmm.
What are you able to do? You can't do. You know that.
Right.
You know, you might be straightening yourself thin, trying to make certain things happen, but there's gonna be some point you'll be like, nah, man, I don't know, man. It's one to move, man. And also just be realistic. If you make them sacrifice and change, are they gonna make you happy?
Right.
Are they gonna make you happy? Because I've been in different points of my life. I done made a lot of money, but I wasn't really happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, money can make you comfortable, but I ain't gonna necessarily say it can make you happy.
Right.
You know.
I think a lot of us with the happiness and thinking we sometimes we have the blinders on. We think we have, like me. You know, I went to college. I you know, my wife. I felt like that going to college, getting the, you know, advanced degree and all that stuff. That's what I needed to do to make sure that I was happy, and that's what I needed to do to make sure that my family was happy. But in the long run, after all is said and done, even to the day, even to this day, even though I've been divorced and all that stuff, I can't say that I'm happy. You know, I may feel a certain way a certain time of the day, or a certain day I might feel great, but tomorrow it may be worse. You know, it's just an up and down thing. And I think with me, because I put so much into relationships and building them, that I think a lot of times once that fails, or once something happens within that, it messes with my mental to where I'm like, dang, you know, really, I mean, is that obtainable? But I'm adjusting myself now, and I'm 52 years old. I'm not ashamed to show it, saying that I'm adjusting myself now, that I gotta realize that those relationships ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Those ain't really one of those controllables, like you just said. That's just, I may think I control it by doing this, and this, but actually that's not controllable.
Yeah.
I need to put my happiness in me and what I want.
Absolutely.
Hell with everybody else and what they want from me. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, tell me when I come out divorce. You know, I'm just talking about I got to do this for my kids, this, that, and that. You say, look, Deonte, if Deonte ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Yeah.
And I needed to hear that.
Nobody should be happy.
If Deonte ain't happy, ain't nobody gonna be happy. But a thing even like to your point you just saying too, like this, hell man, you know, you say I done did all these things, got education, got training, did this, they got a job, make folks happy. But then what we just talked about a second ago, you make certain positions to be able to sustain.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times that we able to sustain ourselves, that we look at that'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Now again, that prevents stress, you know, and worry.
Right.
A lot of times that we sustain, but just happiness. Because you get all the credentials and all the education, but you get in that job, they pay you a decent wage, but you just hate it.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to do it if you went put yourself in a position to be able to sustain. But that's one thing I do think a lot of people get confused because they put themselves in a position to be able to cover and take care of themselves, get confused what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of times, situations, people don't necessarily look at it. For all intents and purposes, you can look at a couple, they can be married 10, 20 years. 2 kids, grew up in the same house and everything good, go. And, you know, but they sleep in separate bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
If they do, might sleep in a little, you know, what you call the house you got attached to in Chicago.
Yeah.
He might sleep in one of those outside. They haven't had sex in 3 or 4 years.
The guest house over the garage.
He living in that. They had sex in 3 or 4 years. Kids out and everything, but because they've been married a certain amount of time, kids grow in the same house. By definition, they have a what? Successful marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But you definitely know this is not
a success. Right.
But by definition, we say and look at it, that's successful marriage.
Right.
They're together, kids grown, they don't went to college and all that kind of stuff. But again, the reality is that you got roommates.
Right.
And I think people sometimes need to be interested more in being going through some stuff, going through pain, going through fear, to be able to achieve something as opposed to that fear of staying in.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times because I kind of lost my thought a little bit with that, but but in the nutshell, your fear of leaving situation has to be smaller than your fear of staying in.
Mm-hmm.
And look here. I ain't finna be in no situation to take care of a damn grown ass child.
Right.
I love my children, but we sitting there worried about where you gonna stay and all that. I ain't get the hell home.
Right.
Because I want a party.
Right. Right. It's my time now.
Yeah.
You had your time.
And, those kind of things like, man, I'm gonna do this. She can take this. She can take that. Man, take that shit.
Right.
Take that shit. I can get it back.
Right.
I only get it, but your sanity and happiness is way more important, and that fear of losing. Can't be greater than your fear of achieving.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad to say, a lot of times that's how people are, and that's why I want to have a discussion today. I know we have probably a little bit more interaction from everybody and stuff in regard to the subject matter.
Well, Sherry Howard just said, "Yep, she thinks so."
What's up, Sherry?
But we've had some interaction. Mikhail Fisher been on the show the whole time. Had that, a couple of sayings, but maybe they just taking in the information and gonna assess.
Yeah. The thing of it is, and reason why I want to have these conversations, because a lot of times you don't really realize how important mental health is,
mm-hmm.
and you can live your life and you hit, before you know it, you done hit 65, 67. You had true retirement age,
mm-hmm.
and now you're looking back with all these damn regrets.
True.
If I had a should have, woulda, this, that, and that, and all that kind of stuff.
True.
And do you want that for yourself?
Mm.
Do you want that for yourself? And you can psych yourself out. Well, I did what was right for them, and I did this, that, and that. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
You so right.
They don't give a shit what you did.
Right.
They don't give a damn about no sacrifice, this, that, and that.
Right.
You did on that. Well, that's what a man's supposed to do. Damn,
they don't care nothing about that.
Hell no. Hell no.
You are so right. They don't care nothing about what you did.
As an adult, man, you take care of your family. But that is that you still got to make sure you take care of what?
You.
And you don't lose yourself for doing it. And that happens a lot with people.
Oh, yeah.
So, man, I had a good show tonight. Now, it felt real good about the conversation we had and everything. But I definitely want you guys just think about that when we start talking about, are you happy where you are in life right now?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be that future entrepreneur, future CEO, future husband, wife, whatever, and stuff like that. Make sure you move in a direction, you put yourself in a situation that's going to make you happy.
Right.
Happy. You're going to be happy. Because if you ain't happy, it's going to be hard to make the other person happy. It's going to be hard to be successful. It's going to be hard to attain things if you're not doing it. I say all the time, with the show, my business, I want money, don't get me wrong, but my thought process, do I really want to deal with it? Because I always say to myself, if I'm happy, having fun, dealing with it, the byproduct is going to be money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if my determining factor is money, at some point I might say, damn, shit, I don't even want the money. But if I'm having fun, the money going to come. That's how I feel about a lot of stuff today. You want to say something like that?
So they say a lot of people that's being shot and locked up because they mental health.
Oh, yeah.
Mental issues.
Yeah.
I don't think, and that's a tough subject we'll talk about on one of these changing lives, mental health, and we've talked about it before, but we need to talk about it again. And as far as this topic we're talking about today, are you where you want to be in life right now? I think that, and you tell me what you think. I think people need to assess that. People need to assess the path, and I think it needs to be assessed every few years. And say, you may be on that journey and be like, okay, this is what I need to make. You know what I'm saying? Where I need to, where I need to be. So I'm gonna do this, and this. And if it's not making you happy after a few years, you may need to adjust. I don't think people should wait so long into doing it to where they become comfortable when they're scared to do something else. I'm guilty of not assessing things at an earlier time because I was trying to do so many things, getting the real estate life, getting the brokerage life, doing so many things where I thought we were going to build, be retired. I'm focused on 50, 55, be retired, sitting on the beach somewhere, that I didn't really assess what I was going through or how I was feeling because I was on a journey to this. I was looking so far in the future, I wasn't paying attention to the present. You get what I'm saying?
That's a great point because a lot of times, if you see yourself going off track to, let's say, you're already at 6 where you had the direction you're going in, a lot of times we see that going off past our 30s and 40s, and we don't do it. Then we get to our 50s and 60s, feel like, okay, don't want to change it. It's a lot easier to do it when you're younger because you got more energy, you're more responsive. Like I said, you got a couple more summers. So you if you see it going off track to where you want to be in life, you gotta be smart about it. Like, look, man, I don't mind being, scared. You're scaring the hell out of me. They need little uncomfortable changes, but in the grand scheme of things, that's it.
I might need to be a baby dad.
Yeah, well, if he's knocking upside your head at 20 and 30, it's kind of safe to say you're gonna be doing that at 40 and 50,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So,
right,
you think it's gonna go away? That it ain't gonna change.
Right.
And again, that ain't me joking, but that's just being realistic. And yeah, if she doing it too.
If she cheating on you at 30, 40, she probably gonna be doing it again. She all the way up until she can't do it no more. Until the man say, "No, no."
We're gonna get them a one stop.
Right.
Your wife, they had their 60th birthday party in Jamaica. Why I can't go?
Right.
Girls only.
Girls only.
You got Winston out there.
I was just about to say that.
Be your wife.
What Eddie Murphy say? That's the same shock. Why you so sad, girl?
I would say, do you think the pandemic changed a lot of people train of thought? I think the pandemic changed a lot of people's train of thought for a good 2 years. I think everybody back to their normal.
They sliding back in their regular train of thought.
Yeah, I think it changed them then. Gave people a sense of urgency. Gave people a sense of independence. But I think everybody's going back to where the hell they was
before the pandemic. Right.
Yeah, I believe that.
Living the same life they were living before the pandemic.
Exactly. I think that's the case. Anybody got any questions, anything like that? That's
No.
it. No. All right, cool. Well, look, y'all, I appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll be back with Mr. Short Dollar next week. Love you guys. Be safe. Stay tuned. I'm gonna try to have a call in stuff ready next week.
Okay.
And everything.
Oh, I forgot, bro. I'm sorry.
What is it?
To come by there, see about that.
But I'll tell you one minute.
Okay.
Everything, brother. Love you guys. Be safe, and everybody enjoy your Labor Day holiday. Don't drink and drive. Don't party too hard and everything. I'll see you next week. Take care.
Oh, well, no matter.